Have you ever met a woman who seemed completely uninterested in you, and no matter what you did, no matter how kind you were, how available you made yourself, how much effort you poured in, she just didn't feel it? You texted first, you planned things, you were there, and still somehow you watched her light up around someone else. Someone who honestly didn't seem to be trying nearly as hard as you were. That feeling is one of the most confusing, quietly painful experiences a man can have. Because you weren't doing anything wrong on the surface, you were being a good guy, you were showing up, and yet it wasn't working. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a voice started asking a question you didn't want to answer. What is wrong with me? I want you to hear this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. I'm your host, and this is The Gentle Mind, where we uncover the real psychology that creates desire. And today, we're going to talk about what that voice in your head got completely wrong and what nobody ever took the time to teach you. And I'll warn you now, the final trigger we cover today is incredibly powerful. It can change everything fast. Almost no one uses it correctly. So stay with me until the end. Here's the truth that most men never get told. Attraction in women is not a checklist. It is not a transaction. It is not the reward you receive for being kind, consistent, and available. Female attraction is emotional, subconscious, and deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology that has been running in the background of human behavior for hundreds of thousands of years. This was never your fault. Nobody taught you this. What you were taught, whether by movies, by well-meaning people around you, or by cultural messaging, was that effort equals reward. Work hard, get the result, be nice, be chosen, show up enough times, and eventually she'll see your value. But that's not how attraction works. That's how job applications work. And when you applied that logic to desire, the results felt confusing and unfair. Because they were. Not because she's cruel, but because you were using the wrong map entirely. So let me give you the right one. The female brain, when it comes to attraction, is running a series of rapid, mostly unconscious assessments. Researchers in evolutionary psychology have studied this for decades. What women are scanning for, at a deep pattern level, isn't how much a man likes them. It's how much a man values himself. It isn't how available he is. It's how much presence he carries when he walks into a room. The brain is asking, almost automatically, is this man someone who has navigated difficulty and come out grounded? Does he lead his own life? Can I feel something real when I'm around him? These are not decisions she's consciously making. They happen in seconds. They happen in the body before the mind even catches up. And here's what changes everything once you understand this. You stop trying to convince her. You start becoming someone who triggers those deep patterns naturally. You stop chasing. And you start becoming the man that women want to win over. That shift right there is what this entire channel is about. Now, I want to walk you through 7 specific triggers. Psychological, behavioral, rooted in real science. Each one of these is a layer, a level. When you start stacking them, something shifts in how women experience you. Not because you're playing games, but because you're finally communicating in the language that the subconscious actually responds to. The first trigger is masculine presence. This is not about your looks. It is not about your height, your clothes, or your voice. Presence is grounded energy. It is the feeling a person gets when they're around someone who is completely comfortable being exactly who they are. No apology, no performance, no nervous checking to see if he's being received well. Most men, when they're around a woman they like, unconsciously shrink. They laugh a little too quickly. They agree a little too easily. They fill the silence because silence feels like rejection. And women feel this. not consciously, but they feel it the way you feel a room change when someone confident walks in. Presence is built through stillness. Next time you're with a woman you're attracted to, slow down. Let there be a pause. Don't rush to fill it. Breathe. Look at her without urgency in your eyes. Let your words carry weight because you took a moment to actually mean them. Grounded men don't need approval to stand still. The second trigger is emotional challenge. Here is something that goes against almost everything you've been told. Women are not most attracted to the man who agrees with everything. They're most attracted to the man who makes them think, makes them feel something, and isn't entirely predictable. Emotional challenge is not about being rude or cold. It's about polarity. It's about being the kind of man who has his own opinions, his own standards, and isn't afraid to hold them with warmth and confidence. A light, playful tease. A moment where you gently push back on something she says, not to win, but because you're engaged and present enough to actually have a perspective. She says she loves horror films. You raise an eyebrow. Horror films. I had you pegged as someone with better taste. It's said with a smile. She laughs. She's curious. Something shifted. Why? Because you communicated that you are not just mirroring her to make her like you. You have a self that is rare, that is magnetic. Sameness creates comfort. Polarity creates desire. The third trigger is selective attention. This one reframes something most men do completely backwards. The more available you make yourself, the more your attention feels ordinary. And ordinary attention creates no electricity. Women are drawn to men who have a full life. Not because they're busy performing a character, but because they genuinely have things they care about, pursue and protect with their time. When a man like that gives you his attention, it means something. It carries weight because you know he doesn't give it to everyone. Think about how you behave when you really like someone. You respond immediately. You make yourself available constantly. You rearrange your schedule. And on the surface, this seems like the loving thing to do. But what it actually communicates at that subconscious level is that this person is the most important thing in your life, and you have nothing else going on that rivals them. That's not attractive. That's pressure. Build your life. Build your passions. Let your attention be something she earns a little. Something that feels special because it isn't automatic. A man with purpose never needs to perform availability. If this is making sense so far, hit subscribe and join the Gentle Mind community. It helps more men learn what they were never taught. These are the things that change everything, not tricks. Real understanding. The fourth trigger is intentional listening. This is where most men miss a massive opportunity. Because we tend to think attraction is built in the loud moments, the grand gestures, the impressive stories. But some of the deepest attraction is built in the quiet ones. Intentional listening is remembering what she told you. Not in a calculated, strategic way, but in the way that communicates that she is actually seen by you. She mentioned 3 weeks ago that she was nervous about a work presentation. You ask her how it went. She told you her favorite coffee order was an oat flat white with 1 sugar. You remember, not because you wrote it down, but because when she was talking, you were actually there. This is emotional seeing. And for most women, it is extraordinarily rare to find a man who truly practices it. Not because men don't care, but because most men are so focused on what they're going to say next, on how they're coming across, that they aren't actually listening. They're performing listening. Drop the performance, just listen, be present. And then, naturally, without making it a big moment, reflect back what you heard. She will feel something she can't quite name. Safety, interest, real connection. People don't fall for faces. They fall for the feeling of being truly known, The fifth trigger is calibrated vulnerability. There is a spectrum here that men often get wrong at both ends. On one side is the man who never opens up, never shares anything real. He thinks stoicism means emotional inaccessibility, and women experience him as distant, unavailable, safe to like but impossible to connect with. On the other side is the man who, too early, unloads everything. Past wounds, fears, insecurities, a catalog of what he's been through. He thinks sharing deeply means connecting deeply, but what she feels is weight before she has the capacity to hold it. Calibrated vulnerability is the space between. It is sharing something real, something that shows you're human, something with a little depth, without framing yourself as someone who needs to be rescued. You talk about a time you failed and what you learned from it, not what it did to you. You share something you genuinely care about, not as a performance of depth, but because you're comfortable enough with yourself to let someone else see it. This communicates emotional maturity. It says I have a world inside me, and I'm not afraid of it. Strength is not the absence of feeling. It is the ability to hold your feelings without being controlled by them. The sixth trigger is gradual physical touch. Touch is one of the most powerful triggers of human bonding. Oxytocin, the neurochemical associated with trust and connection, is released through physical contact. Light, appropriate, respectful physical touch builds a kind of warmth between two people that no amount of text conversation can replicate. The key word is gradual, and the key principle is respect. This is not about rushing anything. It is about being comfortable enough in your own body that touching feels natural rather than loaded. A brief touch on the arm when you're making a point. Walking beside her close enough that your arm occasionally brushes hers. The kind of physical ease that communicates that you're comfortable with proximity, that you're present in your body, that there is warmth here. Most men either avoid physical touch entirely out of fear, or they make it feel deliberate and slightly awkward because they're thinking about it too much. The goal is to get to a place where it's just a natural extension of how you interact, where it comes from warmth and ease, not from strategy. Comfort in your own body creates comfort in hers. And now, the seventh trigger, the one I warned you about, the one almost nobody uses correctly: controlled unpredictability. The human brain is wired to seek patterns. It finds them, locks them in, and then stops paying close attention. This is how we survive. We automate the familiar. But desire, unlike survival, requires novelty. Desire is activated by uncertainty, by the unexpected, by the moment you reach for something and find it just slightly out of reach. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter most associated with motivation and wanting, is not released by rewards. It is released by the anticipation of rewards, and most powerfully, by rewards that come unpredictably. This is one of the most consistent findings in behavioral neuroscience. Variable reward patterns create the strongest, most persistent engagement. In human attraction, this translates into something powerful but subtle. You are warm and engaged and fully present when you're with her, and then you have a life. You disappear into it. You don't text back immediately every single time, not because you're playing games, but because you genuinely have things going on that matter to you. And sometimes, just when she might start to wonder, you send something that shows you were thinking about her. A song she'd love. A reference to something she told you months ago. The pattern is never coldness. The pattern is warmth with depth, engagement with dimension. You are never fully readable, not because you're hiding anything, but because there is always more to you than you've revealed. Predictable men are comfortable. Unpredictable men with genuine depth are unforgettable. Now let me bring this all together. Because what I've just walked you through isn't a collection of tips. It's a framework for a different kind of man. A man who isn't trying to convince a woman to feel something. A man who understands how desire actually moves in the human psyche and shows up in a way that naturally activates it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to get every single one of these right every time. You need direction. You need strategy. And now you have it. Because here's what these 7 triggers are actually building underneath all the science. They're building a version of you that is real, grounded, interesting, present, and comfortable with himself. A man who has a life and lets someone into it, rather than wrapping his life around someone else before she's even earned that place. A man who listens deeply, touches warmly, opens carefully, and stays just interesting enough that she finds herself thinking about him when he isn't there. That's not a trick. That's not manipulation. That is simply becoming someone worth desiring. The men who are most naturally attractive to women are not the ones doing the most. They're the ones being the most. The ones who walked through enough of their own life to become grounded. Who cared enough about themselves to build something worth showing up to. Who learned, whether early or late, that you don't create desire by pouring yourself out. You create it by becoming someone whole. This is the shift. This is what changes the dynamic. Not from chase to win, but from seeking approval to being genuinely, quietly, powerfully worth knowing. You don't need to go out tomorrow and apply all of this at once. Start with presence. Start with listening. Start by coming back to yourself as the center of your own life. The rest builds naturally from that foundation. You were never broken. You were untaught. And now you know. If you're ready to stop chasing and start becoming the man women genuinely desire, subscribe to The Gentle Mind now. Turn on notifications because the next one will shift your reality again.